Hey, Cesc here from Padel Smash Academy, and today I'm at my hometown in Sports House. Next to me is Fausto Baraldi, the head coach of Sports House. We are all things paddle. Fausto, welcome. So, last time I saw you, you were in Miami, right? So, what are you doing in Connecticut?
Well, actually, I moved here like 2 months and a half ago to be part of the team of the Sport House, working together with Juan Arrasha, that is top player in all the racket sports that I know.
Yeah.
And now I'm being the head coach here, learning a lot from him, learning a lot about stuff in the court, stuff out of the court. So it's been
So,
great.
how did that happen? I mean, again, like I met you when you were at Open Paddle.
Yeah,
You were behind
yeah.
the desk even.
Yeah, I remember
You know,
that. Yeah,
and I saw you playing in tournaments, and you're a great player, and I knew you had a lot of future, for sure. And then you moved to a couple other different clubs as a coach, transitioned to a coach. But we're talking about Miami, right? Things are happening. It's a great place. It's young. It's where
Yeah.
paddle. It's birthplace of paddle in the USA.
Absolutely.
How did you get from Miami to Connecticut? How did that happen?
Well, basically, this maybe sounds weird, but I was trying to go out of Miami.
Oh, you were?
Honestly, yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Let
yeah.
me ask you a question. Why?
Because after 2 years and a half living there, I recognized that Miami was not my place, to
Okay.
live.
Okay.
I
Why?
was-
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Because
of
some
course.
people say that, and some
Of
people are the
course,
opposite.
of course.
I can't
well,
be nowhere but mine.
Well, it's all about my childhood.
Okay.
In my childhood, I lived in a little city in Argentina, a small
Okay.
city in Argentina. So I was not too comfortable with that move, from there to Miami. It was all too big, all too different, about everything. In my city, I was going everywhere that I want to go in my bike, like 10 minutes in my bike, and I was there walking, taking a bus, whatever. And in Miami, it's all different. You need a car to do whatever you want. You want to go eat with friends, you have to take the car and 20 minutes driving to everywhere. So it was like
Yeah.
a
The
huge
traffic.
change
You're
to
talking
me.
about
Yes,
the traffic,
yes,
right?
yes, yes. I mean, and that was actually like the main reason. Then, well, I wanted to take more experience with myself. I was living with my parents in Miami. Now I'm living alone. So it's like a little bit of all, It was a mix of things that makes me take that decision.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a different environment, different change. Now
Yeah.
you've been here for how long?
2 months is
2 months.
yeah,
So
close
now,
to 3 months.
was it everything that you thought it was going to be, or what is? I mean, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to a different place, so your thoughts are, okay, this is how it's going to be. And what's the reality? What is
Well,
really reality?
honestly, when I started to tell all my friends, like, hey, I'm moving here, all of them were like, oh no, the cold there is
crazy?
crazy. You crazy? We do in Miami, the hot, the heat, the
Right,
humidity.
right.
I was like, okay, let's see, And actually, it's going so good right now. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's going better than how I expect.
Okay.
Mostly here in the club. I
Okay.
was expecting less lessons, less time, less people, less good people,
Yeah.
Because moving up north, a lot of, I'd say this, a lot of Americans,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was a little bit scared about that, but actually the people here has been amazing with me. They received me like incredible, so
Okay.
I'm feeling so comfortable,
Okay.
and I'm living by myself. So again,
how was
yeah,
your adjustment? Because again, you have Miami. I'm sure you have a lot of friends there, a
Yeah.
lot of youth, a lot of things to do, a lot of nightlife, a lot of entertainment. You're here in Connecticut. It's a change. It's more of a suburb type of area, not too much of a city. You're meeting new people. Getting new friends. How is that transition? And
well, yeah. I knew when I take the decision, I knew that it was gonna be so hard, but I said on my mind, okay, I have to doing this, I'm gonna take some priorities.
yeah.
Like, my priority now is to go there and meet people in the club, do my stuff correctly, the first, I don't know, 6 months, do my stuff all the time, be as much time as I have to be in the club. That was my priority. During that process, of course, you met people here in the club, you met a lot of young people, Latin people, tennis players that, hey, let's come here, let's go out, let's do something, let's blah, blah, blah. And there's where I take my like social life,
So sports, the
Sports.
paddle, that is the
Yes,
common area,
yes,
a
yes,
common denominator, right?
Yeah.
To get people together and friends.
Absolutely,
Well, that's
yes.
great. How about family? I mean, is your family still in Miami?
Yes.
Okay, how are you dealing with that? Because family is everything, right? So do they plan on moving to Connecticut, or are they gonna stay in Miami?
No, they're gonna stay in Miami
Okay.
just because I have two younger sisters
Okay.
that they stay in school yet.
Okay.
One of them is starting college, the other one is yet in, I don't know, something lesson.
Right,
College,
right,
I don't know what is it. But no, they're gonna stay there. They're so
Gotcha.
comfortable there. They miss me more than
Oh, I could
I
imagine.
miss them, but
well, no, you can't say that. You probably miss them just as much. Come on.
Of
You
course,
say
of
that now,
course,
but
of
when you
course.
see them, you're like, oh, you miss them
But
so
yeah,
much,
I mean, they're always calling me like, hey, how are you? You good? Like, being sure that I'm okay, that
That's
I don't
nice.
want to come back.
Yeah,
But I
that's
appreciate
nice.
that
Oh,
too.
they must have been like, oh no, you can't go. Why are you going?
No, actually, it was not like that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, it was being like that inside of them. But they were showing me like, oh, okay, yeah, if it's your decision,
Okay, good.
we're with
They're
you,
supportive.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
they're supportive.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. But I know that they didn't feel so good with that,
Right. Well, they'll miss you.
Of course, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about the sports house.
Let's go.
How do you see? Okay, first, how do you see the level? Right from here to Miami, the level.
Well, the level here, I mean, I have two different points of view. The high level, like the people that actually compete, here is so poor. In Miami is so much bigger for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people that is playing for a long. Here is just starting. A lot of tennis players are getting into. A lot of platform tennis players are getting into.
Yeah.
So yeah, the competition level, I usually, I don't know, go to New York, to Brooklyn to play with some more people, trying to
Gotcha.
figure it out.
Yeah.
But then the beginners and intermediate level, I feel that here is not higher than Miami, but
Okay.
they're gonna be higher than Miami with the time,
Gotcha.
because here you don't have beginners that never played nothing.
Right.
Here you have always people that play at least tennis, at least platform tennis, at least squash. So it's much easier to work with them because they have some knowledge,
Just have to get the transition.
Exact.
Okay, well that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the other question is demographics. What do you see demographically here, age-wise, ethnicity, that?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, here you don't have too many young people playing.
Okay, so what's the average age you're playing, you think?
40, 50.
Do you think you can make that change because you're a young
I think
person?
so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're doing a lot of programs with me, like pros practice with a lot of people that, what I tell you, like tennis players, young tennis players that play so good, but they keep playing a lot of things. Like, hey guys, come here, 8 of you, 2 courts, let's do drills, let's learn about strategic, because that's what they're missing. Because they have the shots, they have the forehand, the backhand, the volley, the smash. They need just know how to play the game.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to do with them. But yeah, I mean, the average is what I told you, all people.
How about
actually.
ethnicity? Do you see more Americans? Do you see any Latinos here? Or,
What's sir?
How about ethnicity? Do you see more Americans, second, third generation Americans, or do you see Latinos here, Europeans?
No, a lot of Americans.
A lot of
I
Americans.
think that I cannot remember one Spanish lesson that I no.
So your English is gonna be
Yes.
in 3 months super
Yeah,
good, right?
it's
You're
gotta be
a
like
gringo
super
soon,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so out of all the people here at the sports house, what percentage you think just come in and do it for recreational because they want to work out? 2, which ones really are interested in playing paddle correctly? Really interested. And then 3rd, how many of them watch paddle in a professional?
That's a good question. Okay, look, I'm gonna start with that last question. I have a lot of people now coming and telling me, hey, you went to Brooklyn last week, the PPL. Oh no, the guys were crazy. They were, wow, it
great.
was so impressive. So that's good,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean, actually, in this clinic that I just did, I had 3 of them, 4 people telling me, like, no, I went the first night, it was super amazing. No, I went the second night, I went to the final, it was. So that's so good,
Yeah, it is.
And I have a lot of also students that are coming and, hey, no, because I was watching a drill that Paquito Navarro was teaching,
that's
something
great.
like that, like
Yeah,
tips
yeah.
that everybody's
Yes,
seen at the
yes.
beginning, that now a lot of people is translating it, so that's better for them.
Yeah.
Then I think that 90% of the people that is coming here is coming to learn and improve.
Okay.
Like, we don't have too many people that say, no, I come just to, to sweat. Nah.
Right, okay.
We have people that, okay, yeah, I come to sweat also, of course, but I come to learn. You know, I come to learn how to make my bajada, how to make my forehand volley, how to what I have to do after this. A lot of people is coming like, hey, you know, I played last time against Cesc, and he fucked me with, I don't know, with the bandeja to the middle super. So what I have to do there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's pretty good because they,
I'm glad I can motivate people.
yeah, no, but that's the thing. They are like paying attention on their matches in, okay, I'm missing this ball, so I'm gonna go to work on that specifically, you know? And that's so good. I love that.
Good. Yeah, and you can work with them on that specific shot
Yes.
because as I'm not sure if the people understand here all the shots involved in paddle.
Absolutely,
You know,
yes.
coming from tennis and other sports where there's minimal shots.
Yes.
So I think a lot of times they come in competitively just wanting to win any way possible. Instead of focusing more on learning
More
all
stuff.
the shots,
Yes,
right,
absolutely.
to prove themselves as better. Because once they understand that this is a strategic game, and the ball's not gonna go anywhere.
No,
It's a
exact.
box.
Exact.
So all you need to know
Literally.
is
The ball is
where
always
it's
going to
gonna
you.
be. You know,
Yes.
that's it. And
Yes.
you know, and the better you get, the more as soon as your opponent hits, you already know where it's gonna be, so you can be in position
Yeah,
to get the
absolutely.
ball.
Absolutely.
And if you're rushing to be in a position or not in shape, then that's where you're gonna make your errors. You
Yes.
know? So
Yes.
that's as soon as they understand that, then that's it. They're
Yeah,
gonna
the
go as high as
transition
they
is
can.
so easy for them if they understand that. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
But if they don't, it's tough.
It's tough,
They
yeah.
stay static for a little while.
Yes.
And they may get bored, and they may not want to
And,
continue
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
So the whole trick is to try to get them to understand, and then that's it. They're hooked. They
Yeah,
want they
absolutely.
know every single shot.
Yes, exact.
And
They're
that's
gonna
the
find
best.
all easy. Yes,
That's
yes,
that's
yes.
the best. That's
Yes,
the best. And
yes.
a lot of that is just from watching too.
Absolutely,
Like you watch
yeah,
the
yeah.
pros, you're like, oh, that's why Fausto told me to do that.
Yeah.
That's what,
No,
I
absolutely,
get
yes.
it.
Yes,
it
yes,
makes
yes.
sense, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's talk about your sponsorship with Mac. How did that happen? Let's start there. How did that happen? Of course, you use the aluminum iPro, right?
Yeah.
Great racket. We reviewed this racket. We also sell this racket, but not an easy racket to dominate.
No.
It's not forgiving. You have to be in position. You have to have the right every single time. But if you
Yes.
can do that, it is an amazing racket.
Yeah.
So let's first talk about how did that sponsorship happen and what it entails.
Well, basically, happened like mid of this year, like around May, June, something like that, because I was playing with Adidas, like last time that we talked, but I was seeing that I want a change, you know?
Okay, yeah.
I was looking for something new, a brand that maybe was not too recognized in the US.
Yep.
Like to be like not the head of the market, but something like that, you know, like
Yeah.
to be one of the first ones with the brand and stuff. So I met one of the girls that was working with Mac. I contact her. I talk about the possibilities. They instantly.
So you contacted
Yes,
them?
I contact
Wow.
them because actually they contact me like early on the year.
Oh, okay.
But I told them no, thank you, but I'm playing with this. I'm pretty comfortable. And they told me like, okay, if you need something, just contact us. We can talk. Okay, and I text them. Like instantly they answer me like, yes, we're interested in having you in the team. And it was also easy. In 2 weeks, I sing with them, and yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what it entails because I think there's a lot of players like yourself in the top 10 here in the USA or even top 20. They don't know how to come across dealing with that and what is involved. What do they do? Or what do they give you? Is it just the rackets, the clothing? Do they pay for any trips? Do you have requirements? Do you have to wear, play with the racket all the time? Do you have to win tournaments? Do they pay for your trip? Is there any cash involved? I think most people in your position, top 20 and here in the USA, would want to know a little bit about that so they would know
Yeah.
how to handle sponsorship.
Great. Well, basically, I'm gonna talk a little about my experience.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm playing. They're giving me the rackets.
Yep.
They're giving me the attire. I'm playing
okay,
with
yep.
Mac attire. I
Yep.
also have the shorts. And then in my contract, what I agreed with them, they're covering some trips, some
Okay.
inscription of the tournament, but not like the whole amount yet.
Okay.
But again, I mean, it was the first thing that we sing. So
Sure.
with the years, with the month after I do great results and stuff, maybe you can talk other thing. And I recommend that to all the people that is like in my situation. You have to contact the brands. You don't have to be sitting on the chair waiting that
for
they
them.
come for you.
Right.
Because sometimes happen, but sometimes doesn't happen. I mean, you
Right.
cannot be waiting. No, I'm gonna wait that, I don't know, whatever brand comes to me. No, you have to go for it.
Right,
You have to
right,
go for
right.
it. Because if not, I mean, the brand also wants to see you interested on that.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you're
yeah,
sitting in the chair and no, I'm waiting, I don't care. Sometimes it's
so
tough
what would
too.
you say the brands are looking for when it comes for them to sponsor somebody?
I think that's a good question. They're looking for somebody that, first of all, I think that they're a lot of, I mean, I'm talking about Mac at least, they care a lot about the attitude
Okay.
in the court and out of the court. And
Gotcha.
they made a lot of important on that point when we talked. Like, if you go out, let's say you go out and you get drunk, and we know that you get drunk, you don't have the sponsor anymore.
Okay, of
You know?
course, because you
If
represent
you
the company,
yes,
yeah.
if you're at the court and you're, I don't know, hitting the racket against the floor, hitting a racket against the glass because you're mad,
Oof, yeah.
you get out of sponsor. You know,
Gotcha.
and that's so important for me also too, because it's
Yeah.
true. I mean, you're giving me the things, but I'm part of this. It's not like, no, you're giving me, and this is yours, it's not mine, so I can do whatever. No, that's mine. You're giving it to me. I need to have that responsibility.
Right.
And then, well, of course, that somebody that competes, somebody that is top in the ranking, maybe too.
So is there
Yeah.
requirements, besides that, obviously, is there other requirements in your contract or that you have to do?
Or the what?
In your contract, is there any other requirements?
Oh,
Or you have to win a certain
no,
amount of
just
times? You have to
no,
be in the
no,
top
just
10
yeah. I
or
mean,
20?
yeah, no, just compete with the attire. Just
Okay.
don't do the things that I just told.
Yeah.
You know, and just that things. Post Mac on the Instagram stories and the Instagram posts all the time when I play.
Yeah.
There are things that I mean are making sense. Are not.
So let me
Make
ask
crazy.
you, what's the next step, right? So this is like the beginnings of, players being sponsored by, by rackets and so forth. What's the next step, you think? And what is needed?
Well, I think that the next step, and that is happening now with some players mostly in Miami, but that companies or brands that are not into paddle give the players a sponsorship. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I know, like with Brittany, this penguin, right?
Exact.
That's
exact.
not really in paddle, and
Exact.
but they.
But they're helping her because
Right.
they're interested in help the number one of the girls ranking, whatever. So yeah, something like that, just to help the players to, like, I don't know, receive more money to can pay the expense of the tournaments or whatever. Because finally, I mean, it's getting more professional, but keep being amateur, you know.
Right.
So it's tough to spend, like, I don't know, $1,000 per month to go to play only 2 tournaments, you know.
Right.
It's
Okay,
tough.
Okay, so for the players, they're looking more for the next step of financial
Yes.
support, right?
Absolutely.
Right,
I think so.
right. So now you play the USPA. How does that interfere with the coaching here? Because I see in Miami, in Ultra and other places where there's a lot of coaches, and when there's a USPA out of the state, it's like
It's a
it's
battle.
empty for like 3 days, and the owners are like, "No, you can't
No,
go.
you
because
cannot go."
they
Yeah,
start
that's
losing
crazy.
money." Like,
Yes.
how does that work, and how do you deal with that here at the
Yeah.
USPA?
Well,
At the sport
yeah.
house?
Here actually that's going great because what I told you, I'm working together with Juan.
Okay.
So he told me at the beginning, I want you to compete. I want you to go tournaments, go out to compete. Let's try to figure out. Always when you compete, give me your schedule of the whole year,
Okay.
and we can see. Okay, this weekend who can cover it? I can cover it. Okay, great. I cannot cover it. Okay, let's look for somebody that can cover you.
Yeah.
But he wants me to compete, and the other owners wants me to compete too. So it's good, you know. Again, I'm making some efforts too. I don't know. I was looking to go like to 5 more tournaments this last part of the year. I said, okay. I mean, moving here, I maybe gonna go to 3, not to the 5.
Right.
2 of them, okay, I cannot go. I mean, I don't have to go to those ones too. You know. It's like,
Gotcha. So it's a compromise.
yes.
Okay. Another question is, what makes a really good coach in a club? I mean, you've been now coaching for a little while. I'm sure you've had your experiences, and now you may understand what makes a good coach at a club. What are their responsibilities and what makes a good coach, and what are clubs looking for?
Well, I think that for me at least, the most important one are 2. Be always clear in the sense that, I don't know, Be always clear in your attire. Be always clear in yourself. You know, looks always clear,
Presentable, yeah.
and then be always like on time. What I mean, not on time like 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 20. That the people is coming in the club and you're already there. Maybe in your office, maybe not in the court, but you're already there. If they ask, oh, where's the coach? No, the coach is there in the office. You know, you are there. You came before them. That's what I try to do. Then what the clubs looks for depends on the club. You know that.
Some secrets here, right? Go ahead.
But I think that the clubs tries to look for now for people who experience.
Okay.
If you see, you have a lot of examples like, I don't know, Padel X, let's say Padel X. They bring some coaches from Spain or from other places. Also Sunset, for example, with the Twins Brothers. A lot of people that is coming from Spain or from Europe to coach here. So that's really good. Well, Reserve is the better example. But that's what I think that is a good point. Take people with experience, you know?
And how important is to know different languages, especially English?
How what?
How important is it to
Oh,
know
important,
multiple languages and English, of course?
Wow, so important. I mean, as many languages you can talk, to more people you can teach, you know?
So you see that being a problem a little bit? There's a lot of great coaches, but they don't speak English.
Could be.
So it's tough. Like the club wants to hire them, but
yes,
they can't
absolutely.
communicate. So then
Absolutely.
an issue.
Well, for example, here, if you don't know, I mean, my English is not like the best one in the US, I know that.
Since I met you, oh my
But,
God, like a million times better.
Yeah,
Like,
I know,
it's like
I know.
normal.
Thank you, man. Thank
It's
you.
like normal, believe me.
But if you come here and you don't know how to speak English, or you have a basic English, you cannot teach a lesson.
Right.
You cannot.
Maybe in Miami you can.
In Miami, you
A lot
can.
of Spanish and
That's
Europeans,
yes,
you know?
yes,
But
yes.
you're
yes,
right.
yes.
In New England or out of Miami, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, but anyways, it's a huge problem if you don't know that language, because basically this is the US. I mean, you're not in Argentina. You
Unless
have to
you're
know the
Miami,
language.
then you're little South
Exactly.
America.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you're right. Outside of that, it's
Yes.
more. And did you get that culture shock a little bit coming here? Because I mean, you're from Argentina, then you're going to Miami, which is South America. Now you're coming to here, and did you get a culture shock? Because it's very different Connecticut than Miami.
Oh, absolutely.
Miami is like its own, I don't know, country in the
Yes,
USA.
yes.
So did you get that culture shock?
A little bit, but not at all. Maybe I have to let more time go because I just have 2 months ago. I've been all the time here. Maybe like in couple months or after the Christmas or something, maybe I feel it a little bit more. But now, really, I'm so used to all these things on this state. I really like Connecticut, honestly. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's a great place. You know,
Yes.
again, I was brought up here. My kids went to school here. I went to school here. It is a great place.
It's nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
It gets a little boring after 10 o'clock.
Absolutely. No,
So you have to go to New York
after
or
5
Boston for
o'clock.
that. Yeah,
After 5 o'clock, that
that's
is
right.
already night.
I know.
Fucking dark at 5.
Okay,
But yeah.
so let's talk about this racket. Can you talk to us a little bit about the characteristics of this racket and why you chose that racket?
Well,
Because Mac has a variety of rackets, right?
Yes. Well, basically, when I started to try the rackets, this was the second one that I tried,
Okay.
and actually I got like in love with it at the
Wow.
moment because I felt instantly what you said and what you said when you did the review. That is a racket that you have to be in the correct position,
Yes.
getting low to hit every single shot, like with the middle, with the sweet spot, because it doesn't have a big sweet spot.
Right.
And now I choose it actually because it's pretty light.
It is.
That's
light.
what I
You're right.
always look for in the racket. It's pretty light, so it's helping me a lot to manage when I have a low ball or something. I can manage a lot with my wrist, or I have a fast control of the racket, so that helps me a lot.
Yeah.
And then it's a really big racket in terms of the form, so that's actually
It's a diamond.
yes,
shape,
diamond.
yep.
Yeah, so that's something that I really like too. And that's why I
Who would you
choose it, actually.
suggest this for, and who would you suggest this not for?
Well, like which type of players or?
Yeah.
Well, I think that this is more to advanced players,
Yeah.
more advanced or competition players.
Okay.
Just what we said, an intermediate or a beginner player is not gonna be all the time in the correct position
Right.
with low legs, or so it's more for people that is increasing the level and they knows what they want in the racket, you know.
Right.
And definitely it's not for that. It's not for
Right.
beginners. It's not for intermediate players. So yeah. Anyways, Mac, what you said, Mac have a lot of different type of rackets. So yeah.
For me, I tried this racket. It was this racket, but the Pro 2.0 was the one that I liked the most. It
Oh
was a
yeah.
lot more forgiving. This one is a good racket, but you have to be in position every time.
Yeah, and that's
And if you connect
yes.
great, perfect.
Yeah, and that's something that I actually like because I know that, and I know that the racket is forcing me to be there.
Yes. Well, you're
So
young, so
no, I know, I
you
know, I
can
know,
easily
I know,
get
I
into.
know, I know.
But for somebody who's beginner, who doesn't know sport, or some even older that
No,
doesn't
it's
have the
hard.
physical shape, it would be a
Absolutely.
harder
Yes.
racket. But
Yes.
this is it's a beautiful racket. It looks great. It was in the top 2 of the collection. This one in the Pro 2. So if you have anybody who plays at this level here, or an advanced level, this could be the racket for you for sure.
Absolutely, guys.
All right, Fausto, man, it was great seeing you again. Okay, I look forward to playing right now with you a little bit, and take it easy
Yes,
on me.
absolutely.
Okay?
No worries.
And I don't need to wish you all the luck because, you got great luck and you're a great person. And I look forward in the future seeing you, progress in paddle here in the USA.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.